Hey there, welcome to Tim Talks Cooking. I'm Tim, and today I'm making an Indian dish. I'll actually do a video for it later on, but I've run out of ghee or clarified butter. You know, if you buy ghee in the grocery store, as you can see on the thumbnail for this video, it's pretty expensive. You get a 12-ounce jar for about 10 bucks, maybe a little bit less or more than that. That's really quite a bit. But you know what? You can make your own ghee really cheaply. Here I've got a pound of butter. This is salted butter, but you could use unsalted as well, that I bought for $2.50, and I'm going to turn it into 16 ounces of beautiful ghee. Let's get started. Now here I'm using a pound of butter, but the quantity really doesn't matter. The recipe is always the same, and it works out pretty much the same way no matter what quantity you use. It might take a little bit longer if you use a lot more butter, but it's all pretty much the same thing. Now here, what we're going to do is simply melt 4 sticks of butter over medium heat, and we're just going to wait while that happens. It's going to take a few minutes. Once the butter's all melted, we're going to turn the heat down to low, actually very low, and we're going to let it simmer like this for about a half an hour. Don't touch it, don't stir it, just watch it. Now if it boils too hard, turn the heat down, but just leave it alone and let the elements separate out of it. Here's a shot from a different angle to give you a good idea of just how low the flame should be. We don't want the milk solids that float to the bottom to burn, so we want to keep it low. Remember, we're not going to stir it or anything, so just leave it alone, keep it low, and keep it simmering very slowly. Here we are after about 10 minutes. It's bubbling away nicely. We've got a bunch of foam that's formed on the top. We're going to skim that off later on, but for now we're just going to leave it alone. Now here's our ghee after about 20 minutes or so, still bubbling away very nicely, foam collecting on the top. It's excellent, it's perfect, don't touch it. You're going to start wondering, am I done? Can I turn it off? And not quite yet. It's going to take about 5 or 10 more minutes, and we're going to turn it off when we smell toffee or a caramel smell. That's when our ghee is done. Next we're going to remove this foamy layer right here, and we're going to throw that away and get all of that off of there with a tablespoon, but you can see already the clarified butter underneath. I'm going to store this in a mason jar, and here you can see I've removed all of the foam from the top, and now I'm going to use a little piece of cheesecloth over the top of the jar and then put my canning funnel on top of that so I can filter out any other white things, any milk solids or whatever's in there from the finished ghee. And here I'm just going to carefully pour it into my jar through the cheesecloth. You can see there are just a few little pieces left, and here we go. Very carefully, I want to keep those solids in the bottom there. There we go. And now check this out. Here, remove the funnel and the cheesecloth. Let that drip for just a second. And here you have it. Look at this beautiful, perfectly clarified butter. It's beautiful ghee. Well, and as you can see, that's all there is to it. Pretty easy, right? I hope you'll try this recipe. I also hope that you will like, share, especially on Facebook, comment here below, and subscribe to my channel. Helps my channel grow and helps you find my videos, especially if you click on that notifications bell. Thanks so much for joining us here today at Tim Talks Cooking. We'll catch you next time.